Well, we was looking for 50 or 60 people, and this is just unreal, the people that showed up. We appreciate it. I know the weather ain't good, but we're going to do everything we can. All this is not a rules meeting, anything like that. Just want to kind of go over a couple things, what I've got in mind I'd like to do, and what we're going to do. We're going to start out, I'll be running the racetrack every Friday night. I'll be here 3 or 4 days a week. Karen's somewhere in the crowd here. Karen will be here every day handling anything that we need, but this is not a deal where I'm just going to put my name on this racetrack and say I'm going to show up and spend some money. I'm going to be here on everyday operations and make sure that I do the best that I can to make it equal for 4-cylinders, street stock, late model, Renegade, whatever divisions we come up with, Legend, mini cars. I just want everybody to know, everybody here will be treated exactly the same, no matter division or how many races you've won or how many you've lost. So I want to make that clear first. We'll be racing on Friday night. And since the gates open at 5 o'clock, practice around 6:30, 6:20 to 6:30, and start the race at 8 o'clock, 5 after 8. And we want everybody to be home and enjoy their weekend, go to another racetrack, support it, and out by 11. And I think we can do it. We're not here, we're not going to have intermissions, try to sell hot dogs or hamburgers. We're going to put on an event, try to keep it around 3 hours, get you in, get you out, and get your money's worth, and everybody have fun and go home. Reason why I wanted this racetrack, and I was selfish about the deal. In 1999, we lost our racetrack at Asheville Speedway. And y'all were in the same boat we are. You lost your racetrack. I never thought a lot about it because I was racing the Cup Series and really selfish, because whenever I heard the racetrack was closing, I said, heck, I've got Daytona, Talladega, Charlotte. I had a racetrack to race at. But it was 2 years ago when my son, we went down for a reunion at the racetrack, and he just said, boy, I wish I could have raced here. And it just opened my eyes. There's more of you than they are Cup, Busch, and truck drivers. And y'all deserve to have a racetrack more than any of us does. Y'all do it and spend your money. We was fortunate enough to make money doing it. So that's why I'm really thankful for Phyllis and Joe making this possible for this racetrack to open back up and for me to be a part of it. And I'm going to do the best I can to make it. Next thing, we're going to race, like I said, March 12th will be the opening race. Now, I said we're going to race Friday night, but March 12th is on a Saturday. We'll do one Saturday afternoon, that's before Lonesome Pine, Newport, or any of the other racetracks open. We want to get our feet wet, make sure everything's going to work, and then the following Friday night, we'll start and run weekly shows on Friday night all the way through August. One thing I'm really proud of is NASCAR accepted us to be a part of the deal, to give everybody here a chance to run for a track championship and a state champion in 3 divisions. And then the late models will be able to run for a national championship. And a lot of y'all that may not have run NASCAR, it's one of the greatest deals you can do to be a part of, you know, to get recognized somewhere besides just Tennessee here. So I'm really glad NASCAR accepted this. And what was so surprising, they walked in here one day, and before he got to the gate, he just said, whatever you need, Robert, you got it. And I said, well, tell me improvements you need. He said, this racetrack here is 90% better than any racetrack we've already got at the 56 other racetracks. We're track number 57. So that was really nice, what they've done here in the past to keep this racetrack, and with it being closed 6 years, of how good it looks. So NASCAR is very happy. With their division, for absolutely sure, we're running late models every week, street stock and 4-cylinders. The Renegade, Mod 4, isn't it? That is something optional right now. We're going to look and see what kind of interest we've got. But our three main divisions, Charger divisions, we're working with Lonesome Pine Speedway. What Lonesome Pine does on Chargers is exactly what we're doing. It's a division I've had a lot of calls about, so we're going to add it on. We're working with them on a schedule and going to try to work it every other week or ever how the schedule works out, and we can let you know at a later date. We're going to have a meeting with each division individually later on. Once we get through a couple things, it'll probably be the 1st of December. Just where we can talk 4 cylinders, street stock, and all of them, get ideas what we need to do. So, one thing we are going to do, go ahead and make plans for this. July 22nd, July 30th, we will be closed down. There may be a pass race here or a UAR race. But for the regular division, it'd be a non-points race. Like for that time right there, it'd be for everybody before school gets started back, go on vacation, plan your vacation. It's real hot that time of year, and it'd be time for us to regroup for the second half, you know, to get ready for championship weekend. So we won't run no points races them 2 weeks there for sure, and try to run every week up to that. Rain dates, we'll probably look at running twin features. If we get part of the show in, we will make it up to any division that don't get to race where we can get the full 20, 21 races in. NASCAR license. Everybody that drives will have to have a NASCAR license, and it's pretty expensive, you know. It's for your own safety. You're looking at $1.5 million coverage for all the drivers. Crew members don't have to have the license, but for $90, I actually really enforce it where that none of us ever want to get hurt at the racetrack, but you never know what's going to happen. So that's an option right there. If you don't have a license, you'll be given a different band, and this is all from NASCAR, that you can go in the pits, you can hang around, but you cannot participate working on a race car. That's about it. What I'd like to do is have Harold Crook come down and just say a little bit about what they've got going on, because getting back to what I said, I lost the racetrack at Asheville. Never thought about it until my son. We've lost the racetrack here. We're not here, please, we're not here to shut down no racetrack. We need more racetracks, so if we don't do something, the regular Friday, Saturday night shows are just, there's more racetracks closing than they are opening. So that's what we're here for, is to work together and make this work for everybody. Kingsport Speedway will be one racetrack, Lonesome Pine's another, but we will work together. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. Of course, I know most of your faces.
Good God Almighty.
Like Robert said, we're going to be working with them as close as we possibly can, and I know he's going to do the same. And our opening date is April the 2nd, and we're going to run 16 races. A couple extra events with the UARA and so forth, but we'll run Saturday nights. I've got our schedule temporarily done, and I'll go over with Robert later and see what he says. I think we're going to try to run the same tires and the same gas and the whole deal at everybody, the ones that are going to crisscross. And most of us know, and Robert knows too, that everybody's not going to come back to Lonesome Pine. We know that. Everybody at Lonesome Pine's not going to come down here. But the door's always open. So, and I think we have to make incentives for the drivers to want to come to Lonesome Pine, and the ones up there come down here. And Robert and I was going to work on some programs, and of course Irvin's here too, and we'll work on some things that suits everybody, and maybe a little point fun on the side or something that we can do to create more for the drivers. So, and I think Robert agreed with this. The biggest thing of all is keeping the costs down so they can afford to race. That's I think that's the key to the whole deal. So it can be affordable. Thank you, Robert.
Thank you, Harold. Right. We're going to work as close as we can, because we got Lonesome Pine, Newport, and Hickory. We're not gonna get the Hickory crowd. I don't think so. The crowd we're working on is right here to make, you know, Tennessee, Virginia area the premier deal, you know, of being able to go out and race. But then if we get rained out 2 or 3 nights, I mean, we don't want the rules to be so different that nobody can't go from one track to the other. We are going to work closely together and make it work for everybody. Hey, Joe.
Hey, did you know about the Rumble Creek?
No, not
Well,
yet.
tell them. We're going to put Rumble Creek down here, boys. That's up to you, how far we put them up there. But they ain't, this inside lane is gone.
They're not going to be there no more, right?
No, I put it there after done poured concrete. That big mistake ever made there, putting that lane, I run it races. That's what I done that run yonder too, and I'm serious. Cause you can run this racetrack without getting down there, put on a good show and fans will come see.
Right, UARA run here with the wall, and everybody complained when we got here with the UARA. And I honestly think it slowed the track down 2/10, but it was probably a better race than the other 2 that we had. And one thing I've always learned about racing is if it's tires, gas, motors, or what. If everybody's got the same, I do not understand how it's a disadvantage for nobody. If we've all got the same thing, we're all under the same rules. So the ruffle strips, I mean, anything, if we're all on the racetrack, we won't move them for a certain car when he goes through and put it back for the next car. You know, we're all going to be under the same rules. Wayne?
Well, I'll just say a few. I'm a fan, and so I'm just tickled to death y'all are doing this. Appreciate Philip and Joe and Robert and everybody here. Don't know what we're going to get to do at Bristol this year. We're going through a state of change, as you well know. Hopefully we can get some of y'all back on this racetrack before too long, but till then, this is a pretty good little bit of concrete right here, so y'all can race over here, huh?
Thank you.
Appreciate you being here.
It's like Wayne offered to help us any way we can. I mean, he can do so much to help us at this racetrack here, and I know there's very little we're going to be able to do to help Bristol, but we're going to do what we can, and we appreciate everything you've done. Karen, you want to say anything?
I'm just glad everybody's out here showing their support to a place that we've all wanted to see open back up probably for the last 8 years, and everybody needs to support us, support Lonesome Pines, because, you know, I think with all of you all, we can make this happen again. And I'm just thankful for everybody being here today.
And like rules, we will get back to them the 1st of December and let everybody know a week ahead of time what we're doing and what time we're going to do it. And like I say, nobody here's got a 4-cylinder, street stock, Renegade, anything, even late models. We're talking about a carburetor difference is probably all we're looking at, and we don't know what you're doing yet, right, on that, or?
We're going to stay with it.
Stay with the, because the UARA's on the 390, and we're going to do it. But you're not going to have to, if you've got a race car and you've been racing, I'm telling you, there is probably nothing or very little you're going to have to change on any street stock Charger, no Charger, nothing, street stock, probably nothing. There's nothing we can't do with the carburetor or a little bit of weight to equal everybody up, so. Well, I know we could open it up and talk, but if anybody else would like to say anything, I know it's crowded and getting stuffy in here, but I just appreciate everything and everybody, because this is awfully great turnout. I appreciate everything.
Do you have any idea what car you're going to run, Hoosier?
No, we're still talking with both of them, so most likely with Lonesome Pine, it's going to be Goodyear's. That's probably the way we're going right now. Goodyear's made us a better deal than anybody right now, but we're still talking, but we will let you know the 1st of December.
You can have a website.
Yep. Karen's going to start on that Monday. It should be up by Friday. We'll have telephone lines in here Tuesday. So,
same number we used to have years ago. Video 423-288-5992.
Good.